Hey y'all, how's it going? Bennett here. I've got a special guest. This is my wife Emily. We've been sending out a lot of information about LickFest over the past couple weeks, and I just wanted to do a short video to share who's behind it and also kind of what our vision for the festival is going to be. I was coming to her with some ideas for different things, different camps I could teach online, and she had this idea to bring together a whole bunch of artists to celebrate the art of learning and playing licks. And I thought that was a super cool idea because until now it's only been me behind Banjo Licks, and kind of bringing her in and having her help me has been really cool. I see a lot more of what Banjo Licks can become, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, it's been cool to bring this process to life and really look at something in a totally new way. And you know what's interesting to me, I've been behind the scenes, I'm not a musician, so I just get to really be an audience member and watch it from both behind the scenes of the professional world and all the things that Bennett creates, and then also really looking at like what is the user's experience, what is the audience experience, what is the student experience. And I think there's a way for us all to experience something totally new. And those are the things that excite me. It's like, let's do something we've never done before, not just in the Banjo Licks world, but like in the larger picture. Let's start to feed new things into music experiences. So how can we break down the walls between being a student, being a professional, being an audience member? How can we break down the walls of entertainment and learning, and really just let these spaces be a little bit less defined, and it makes space for all of it to be in one. So LickFest really came out of the idea of like, well, let's be honest, we love going to shows because we love having fun. Like, people love to have fun. We love playing an instrument because really, even if you get stressed out or you're having a hard time or you're stuck on something, you pick that thing up because you want to have fun with it, or you saw someone else having fun with it and you wanted that. So we really all want to have fun with this thing. So we wanted to create something that at its foundation was going to be a lot of fun for everyone involved. So I kept saying to Bennett, you need to have fun. You know, these need to be your friends that you're inviting on, or people you really enjoy talking to, so that the audience members get to literally watch you and you as an artist and these other artists have a great time. Like, we all want to be a part of something that we feel like isn't ever going to happen again, or really was birthed from the beauty and the joy of a moment itself. And so these real-time conversations, and even the ones that are recorded, they're built with built on a foundation of how can we do something different. So these are not artists who are just going to come on and teach you a lesson, because raise your hand, like, we've literally all been in that scenario. I've watched those scenarios, I haven't been in them, but I've seen that's what happens. You're either learning, or you're watching someone perform, or you're at a camp, and that's the closest I think we've gotten to this blend, is a camp experience, because you kind of get all of it. But in one weekend, what we're going to do is have these sit downs, and with this idea of fun, with this idea of blending all of those things, we're going to get the opportunity to both hear from these artists, kind of get behind the scenes of writing, but not totally in the artistic realm, but more just in the what we'll call it creative. So we're not going to be writing lyrics, but just writing phrases
and melodies. It's very in the moment. I did a session yesterday with Sarah Jarose and Jeff Picker, and it's a pre-recorded session that I'm going to share on day one of LickFest. And it's really, I'm putting these artists on the spot, which is really fun because they can all do it. But it's fun to see them go through their process.
Can I say something about that though? Because being put on the spot is something that students often have a really hard time with. And so I think part of this is that you all get to see what it's like, that's a part of playing music. I mean, this is a totally different metaphor, but we were just snowboarding with some friends, and he kept saying, if you don't want to fall, you're not going to learn as quickly. And that's really true with everything. You can think of anything that you're really good at. If you don't want to mess up, it's gonna take longer.
Yeah.
So the idea of literally being able to watch all these professionals, these people that you admire, and see them in their best, to get to see them be in the process with something, and be in the process of originating or coming up with something, to be in the process of figuring the music out, is something that you don't get to see that often.
You don't get to see it that often. I mean, I tell my students all the time, I mess up at every single performance. But I've gotten used to that feeling, and I've gotten used to going through the process of figuring out how to take that mess up and turn it into something else, or just not let it bother me, because it's not really a big deal.
So this is cool that, you know, Bennett can say that 1,000 times, and I'm sure you have. But for you to actually get to see it in process and get to see what that looks like, what does it look like to move through where you might be in your practice, you might get stuck, and you might feel defeated, or you might, you know, your energy might sink because you're like, oh, this is so hard. I keep bumping up against this. And then you go pay for lessons, or you go, you know, troubleshoot with other students, or, you know, friends at a jam, whatever you're doing, however you're trying to get through. This is your opportunity to see these professionals like come up to these questions and just like a river around rocks, just like find their way around them, you know, find that graceful way. And it's really, that is such a differentiator of your experience and your journey with progressing on your instrument, is finding, like, when you bump up against something, actually how can I find a path around it? And getting to see this 16 times over with all these different artists is going to be so valuable.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
So we wanted to make this video because we genuinely wanted you to know, like, there's real people, not just Bennett, like real people behind the creation of this, with a real vision and real passion for you having a new experience that's incredible. And we really genuinely would love for you to be there. We think this is going to be something that we will hopefully repeat for the years to come, and it will continue to evolve, and we'll continue to keep asking that question, how can we make this incredible and unique and interesting and different? We're not people who love just being like repeaters of the same thing. We need, just our personalities need new and different, so you can trust that that's something we're bringing to this. And we just wanted you to know it's genuinely going to be an incredible time, and you're going to, you know, that weekend real time, if you're able to be there live, you'll get so much out of it. You'll get initially just, I think, a lot of inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Because we know we're giving you a ton of, on the information level, we know we're giving you a lot. 8 hours of this experience.
There's going to be a lot of licks.
There's going to be a lot of licks. There's going to be a lot of cool conversations, which means then that you are going to be able to watch this over and over again and get something new every time. You're going to get to, over time, self-pace through going deeper into what you get, what gets kind of laid out for you over this weekend. But the idea is not that you feel overwhelmed, that you have to pick it all up. That's why we record everything and we send it out. And then you get to really combine what is scientifically proven to be so valuable, which is combining fun with learning. When we learn things in a fun way, we progress so much more quickly. So we really want to find a way that we're bringing all that together without just saying, hey, you should have more fun. We're going to like bring you the fun and the learning all together, and we would love for you to be there.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. Come to LickFest,
See you
February
there.
22nd and 23rd.